All right, so our last but not least today, we have Aaron Burton's going to come up and share with us. It's been a blessing to see Aaron as much as he's grown. He's working with the youth now, doing so much. Look forward to hearing his testimony.
Well, I did this before, and as soon as I got done, I was like, man, that is not how I had planned this to go. But everybody said, that's the way God wanted it to come out, so I kind of been trying to restructure this, the way this is going to go again, but it's probably not going to come out the way I had planned it again, but kind of like a timeline. Goes way back, I say way back, 15, 16 years. I joined the Marine Corps. And doing what service members tend to do. I wasn't following God at all. Didn't grow up in church, didn't know about it. This day and age, in the military, you got to see some fun stuff, some bad stuff, and the bad stuff outweighed the good stuff about 8 to 1. So fast forward a few years, and I was in North Carolina, and one of my buddies was getting ready to get deployed again. We were out. He said, hey, it's my last night. I'm leaving tomorrow. He goes, you care to, we're going to go out, have a good time. I said, yeah, let's go. And long story short, by the end of the night, we ended up at this condo with this girl and her mom. They were there visiting. And 53 days later, I married that girl. And we came to Kentucky, and they brought me here to church. And they'd never really been to church, like I said. I don't know, 2007, 2008, I was getting ready to get deployed, go to Iraq. I was sitting here in the pew, and they were giving an invitation after the service. Brother Gary was giving an invitation. He'd always, I don't know if anybody had this feeling, but he'd be up here preaching to you, and it was like he was talking straight to you. It's like, goodness gracious, how'd that guy know I did that? He's not supposed to know I did that. But, I don't even know how it happened. He was giving me an invitation, and before I knew it, I had my arms around Brother Gary. He said, do you believe in Jesus Christ? I said, absolutely. And he said, do you believe that he died for your sins? And I said, absolutely. I got saved that day. Fast forward, I was one of the guys that, after I got saved, you're as Bob likes to say, you're on fire. You're excited about it. And the biggest fear that I have was that you fall away from it. And I did that a little bit, I think. And you fast forward to 2010 time frame, I was falling away from it. Me and Whitney had tried to find some churches. We were trying to start a family. Nothing was happening. We couldn't find a place to go to church that we liked. It wasn't Garner. It didn't feel like home. Big churches, small churches. We tried quite a few. And like I said, we started trying to have a family, and that wasn't going very well. And we had went to the doctors and got tested and everything. And Whitney said, well, I got my results back. I'm fine. I said, well, I got my results back too. I'm fine too. I never went and picked up my results. I was scared to death. I said, she just told me she was fine. That means there's only one thing that's causing this problem. That's me. And I never picked up my test results, but let me tell you, we kept believing, and Whitney got pregnant. A little ways into that, we lost that baby. Once again, you're thinking, why? How is God doing this to us? Well, God's not doing that to you, because right after that, she got pregnant again, and we got Hadley. And you guys all know, she's a one of a kind. That little girl, the other day she goes, Dad, these things are so similar. I said, Hadley, do you even know what similar means? She goes, well, yeah. She goes, they're just alike. And I said, I looked at Whitney, I said, this girl really might be smarter than me. She's 4. So, so you fast forward to that, and so now we got Hadley. She's 2 months old, and I come home and I said, Whit, I can't do it anymore. She goes, what do you mean? I said, I can't be in the Marines anymore. She goes, we got a 2-month-old baby. What are you talking about? I said, I don't feel that's where I need to be. I said, I can't do it anymore. I can't leave you with her. I can't, I've been to 11 countries. I can't, I spent 10 years in the Marines. I was in 11 different countries. I said, I cannot fathom leaving you and her. So I got out of the Marines in December of 2015. I quit getting paid by the Marine Corps. I was on vacation. I had some vacation saved up. I quit getting paid in January. Of course, I'd been applying for jobs, and Whitney had already gotten a job, quit that job, got another job, while I'm sitting at the house taking care of a 2-month-old. With the help of my mother and father-in-law. But I quit getting paid in January. In March, I got hired at Marathon. In April, I got my retirement from the military. And I'd like to say that I never lost hope in Jesus, that he was looking out for us, because there was times where I was like, come on, Lord. But he's the one that has held us through. He's the one that's been the true rock. As Brother Horton said this morning, he was a cornerstone. And the more I've started to realize that, the more Whitney and I have started to realize that, we've tried to build our family around that cornerstone. Because I feel like if you give your kids that foundation, as he said, man, they're going to be so successful in life. He's going to look out for them. And, man, my little girl loves this church. My little boy is, he's starting to love it, I think. He's all boy. He's wanting to be on the go, So, fast forward a little bit further, and we have Knox. And, Knox decided to come out about 2 months early. And I really got to see the type of people that are in this world. When you're in the military, you see all these bad people. You don't get to see a lot of the good people in this world. When we had our son, and he spent 2 months in the NICU, and he come out and he's 4 pounds. And, you think as a NICU, you think, these nice, caring women and everything. Well, my son's nurse was a man, about 40s. And Charles, and he said, he'd sit there and talk to us, and he said, that little boy's going to be fine. That little boy's going to be fine. God's looking out for him. And he's probably not supposed to say that, in this day and age, but we got out of the hospital, and he said, I'm going to carry Knox to the car for you. And I said, all right. And he put him in the car, and he said, looked at me and Whitney. He said, "Do you guys care if I give that little boy a kiss on the forehead?" He said, "I love that kid." And to me, that just shows you God's heart. That guy loved his job. That guy is doing God's work in a place where it's not necessarily acceptable anymore. You know, with schools and with kids these days, it's rough. It's getting to where it's hard to find the fake news in the world or whatever. As he said this morning in Sunday school, man, Sunday school hit me too, because he's like, man, he's talking just to me. He's like, I've never even met this guy. But my testimony, I won't say it has changed over time, but it keeps evolving because I keep growing. And I love it because the Lord never stops. He's always there, and he's always changing the way you look at things. And you're like, man, I never looked at anything this way before, and I don't know why I am now. Well, I can tell you why. The Lord's opening your eyes to different possibilities, to different outcomes, and I love the Lord for that, and I love the Lord for sticking with me through the hard times, the good times, and all the times. There's been times where I don't deserve him. I don't deserve him, but he is there for me, and he shows me that unconditional love, and that's something that, you know, a guy that never grew up in church, it's hard to accept. It's hard to say, how can someone that didn't even know you were going to exist? Well, for one thing, he knew you were going to exist. How could he love you that much? He does. And I guess that's my version 2.0 of my testimony. So thank you all.